Hello everybody, welcome to Turner Time. I'm Jay Walker along with Coach Matt Turner, head football coach of the Warren County Pioneers. Today we're talking about the Warren County Lebanon game played this past Friday night. Lebanon wins at 35-13. Coach, another learning experience for our young football team.
It is, that's what I tell them. We're never losing. We're always either winning or learning. And, it was tough, and doubly tough. I'm sure we'll discuss the injury and losing Alex Van Buren right at halftime, But good game. We started off well, scored, and did some good things, and that's what, Pioneer Nation just needs to know where we're at, and that we've got a lot of young guys getting a lot of valuable experience, and obviously the scoreboard wasn't the way we wanted it, but
Well,
tough night.
As you said, we got off to a good start, drove it right down the field, our opening possession, and with 4:55 to go in the opening quarter, Van Buren connects with Cal Latina on a 20-yard pass play, a good bit of running after the catch by Latina.
Yeah, Cal, he's the transfer from Arizona. I think Mr. Simmons wrote a good article in the paper this week about him and introducing him in detail a little bit more to the community. But he's been a heck of a addition to the team, and he's just got a competitive spirit and soul, and he's came from a program that was very successful, a nationally ranked type program, and so he's helping us more ways than just on the field.
It's going to be fun to watch him and watch how he develops and shows what kind of talents he has.
Yeah, that's one of the great things is he's a junior, so we've got this year for him to adapt to us and us to he, and then just to really see him develop, into next year and as a senior, I'm excited about this weekend. Coach Harris has got a few things, some more unique ways to try to get him the ball, and but yeah, it's going to be fun to watch him develop.
We saw him coming out of the backfield this week. Haven't seen that before.
Yeah, no, we're looking for some true tailbacks. We've got some kids that can do some great things with the football, but a true tailback is that's it's hard to find a lot of times. He obviously, I think he's going to make his bread and butter out in the space and in the field at that tight end wing spot. But yeah, he's hard-nosed downhill runner, and we gave him opportunity there, and we'll probably be seeing a lot more of him back there.
Well, we're up 6-0 after the point after attempt was blocked. Lebanon comes back with 3:14 to go in the quarter, and they got a running back named Chad Heath. A lot of speed, a lot of quickness. He takes it in from 16 yards out.
Yeah, he was hard to tackle, strong kid. Like I said, very fast, very quick. We're in a game. We're in a football game right now. We score, they answer, and we're ready to go in the next quarter.
And their kicker, Nixon, made it 7-6. He had a leg on it, didn't he?
Yeah, he was a really good kicker, and I think we're going to see another really good kicker this year. And Duggan, our kicker, the Sparta game, he got his plant foot kind of got trampled on. So he was kind of under the weather, been on the injury list a little bit last week, but able to come out and kick. But yeah, the people don't realize how valuable a good, solid, strong leg kicker is.
Our offense began to struggle, and Lebanon comes back with a minute to go in the quarter, and Heath with a second touchdown run, this one from 4 yards out, making it 14-6, and that's the score at the end of the first quarter. Then they had a receiver named Key Crowell, number 6 in your program, and with 7:29 to go in the half, he takes a 44-yard pass play from Kincaid, and they made it 21-6.
Yeah, a lot of speed with that kid. When we had some kids that, could have probably took a better pursuit angle, and and different things of that nature. But yeah, it's hard to coach speed.
Yeah, outside containment and pursuit angles.
It's huge.
It's a problem.
Yeah, just the understanding, and that's the reps. So we got, like I said, the young kids learning, and it was hard in the film room on Monday, when you're watching that play, and the kids, they know, they see the just the little bit of an angle that they could have correctly taken, or even just some of that second effort from the guys on the other side of the field, because that was a long run, and some of these kids don't realize that we need to hustle all the way through the whistle, and maybe live to play another down and keep him out of the end zone, So, but yeah.
Well, the Pioneers got some more energy there with very, very late in the half. And Van Buren connects with, or Van Buren takes it in from 10 yards out. He really sold out, laid his body on the line, and it ended up costing him.
Yeah, you watch the play. I mean, it was a heck of a play, very exciting, and it got a lot of momentum going our way, But of course, he dives over the near pylon there, and you watch it in film. He just lands right on that shoulder, and of course, unfortunately, broke his collarbone. But just to hats off to that young man and how tough he is, Of course, one of his teammates coming up celebrates, hits him right in the back, and I thought, man, and I mean, it was celebrating excited, which is a good thing, but I was like, man, if he didn't break it when he hit the ground, his teammate might have broke it then, but then, he goes out there and holds the PAT, and, and I asked him Monday, I said, did it hurt? He goes, yeah. He goes, not until I got off the sideline, 'cause I'm sure he had that adrenaline pumping and all of that, but yeah, it's very unfortunate, but we feel like we had a lot of momentum going right there, and then of course we kind of, didn't take care of the next statement I'm sure you're going to share here.
Yeah, well, Duggan makes the PAT, and it's 21-13, and we're right back.
Yeah.
But then I don't know, you could almost feel the wind going out of our sails with 44 seconds to go in the half. 73-yard pass play from Kincaid to Crowell, and Crowell again weaves his way up the field, breaking tackles, and he makes it 28-13 at the half. Yeah,
and this is where our kids got to understand. We've got to, man, it's so frustrating thinking about it. Just play clean football. Clean football, keep them in front of you, wrap up, make good tackles, defend a couple plays right there and go into the half, and then we got momentum going on our side, because momentum is a huge factor in high school football, and we got a hold of some momentum, and then of course a 44-yard, score, kind of trades it back off.
Yeah. So halftime 28-13, and we're informed at halftime Van Buren will not be coming out for the second half because of his collarbone injury. That puts the young sophomore Brady Swallows at the forefront.
Yep.
And a good-looking quarterback. He's obviously got all the tools.
Right.
Just a matter of some learning, decision-making, and but I think the quarterback position looks good for the future.
Yeah, of course, Brady, obviously he's got it in the family, in the genes, with his dad's Hall of Fame record and different things of that nature, and of course, he was nervous as a billy goat, and you could just tell it. And there was nothing you was going to be able to say or do to take that nerves or that pressure. And he's a young man that strives to do everything right. But I feel like, and I think he did fine. He did fine for second half. And that's not a win-win situation. You're down, you're behind, you're playing an athletic football team, and of course, he and he'll tell you he forced some throws and did some different things, because we turned the ball over quite a few times there in the second half. But I feel like he will be fine. He will trust. And he understands. We've been preaching to this trust the process and the preparation. And we've had a good week of practice this week with him, and and I think the more he's in there, the smoother he'll be. I'm probably pretty sure he'll be prepared, because I know him and Dr. Swallows, they watch film ever since I've known them, and different things of that. So it'll be that's the only. He's talking about it before the show. The silver lining with Alex is Brady is going to be trigger man for the next few years, unless anything changes. But this will be some good opportunity for him to experience.
Well, scoreless third quarter, and that you know, I know we're still down by 2 touchdowns, but scoreless third quarter,
Yeah.
that had to make you feel pretty good about it.
Yeah, you know, and the thing is, the scoreboard, and I know Coach Bonds beat himself up this season because we've gave up quite a few points, but our offense has been spitting and sputtering, and field positions not been very helpful for Coach Bond, you know, and the defense is playing well. Now, obviously, you know, we can always improve in tackling and different things of that nature, but yeah, you know, we're right there at it. And I keep going back to that DeKalb County week 1 where we're down 14-0 first quarter, and the kids was fine and settled in and overcame that. But you know, I don't know, you couple being behind and lose your Admiral and Van Buren, you know, if the kids, that was just a lot on them, and they just didn't, you know, and we held it together that third quarter, and, you know, and still wasn't really executing on offense, but, you know, you can only hold back so long.
Yeah. Lebanon gets one more touchdown with 9:51 to go in the game, a 5-yard pass from Kincaid to Hodge, and Nixon adds a point after it, makes it 35-13, and that was our final score. A few other numbers, and this is very unofficial. I had the Pioneers with 8 first downs, and the Blue Devils with 14. 4 turnovers for Warren County, all interceptions, and that really.
Of course, you know, and I think one was Alex first half, right?
Yeah,
I think, and
yeah.
then the other one was on Brady, and you know, it's not that's not wouldn't be unexpected from Brady at that point, especially when we're trying to get.
Trying to make something
Yeah,
happen.
trying to make some things happen. You know, and of course he made some reads, and then of course, you know, young quarterbacks want to throw that deep ball, and
Yeah. He's got
so,
an arm on him.
oh, he does. You know, so I'm anxious to see how he's going to develop, and it's going to be fun to, you know, watch him grow and take the control of the offense, and, you know, and he may have that spark that we need.
Yeah. We also had a dropped ball on a punt attempt. And that gave them field position inside the 5.
Yeah, that was, you know, and how or why that happened, I don't know. It looked like it just hit his hands, and it almost looked like he set it on the ground, you know. But I know that wasn't the case. But yeah, that's that field position that has really hindered our defense and put their backs against the wall.
Yeah, very few penalties for Warren County. Lebanon. It was 7 penalties, 45 yards, and I'm sure I don't have the correct number for Warren County's penalties. But
well, I do know that, you know, and that's something I've been proud with these young men so thus far, and hopefully it won't change this weekend. But, you know, we have been the least penalized team, you know, and then I feel like that's kind of been a Achilles heel for us in the past. So that is a very good stat to have.
All right, we've got Mount Juliet coming in here to our play. I'm glad we're not going to Mount Juliet this year.
Yeah,
There's a
you know, it seemed like we didn't play them for a decade, and now it seems like we've played them.
Beautiful stadium,
Yeah.
but you can't get there from here.
No.
But that's probably what they're saying about us.
Probably.
But, they're coming in here. I don't think they've lost a game yet.
No, they haven't. They haven't. They're 3-0, and very. They're not. I was talking to a radio station this morning, and talking. Of course, Coach Perry's got a heck of a program, you know. But they're not as, I don't want to say flashy, but they don't have those big names. You know, last year they signed a Vanderbilt linebacker and an offensive lineman to UT Knoxville, and the year before they had some success, and then of course, you know, they beat us, put us out of the season with CJ and Kaysen and all those guys. So, but they are just very well disciplined, execute well, and they play clean football. I keep going back to playing clean football. They don't make many mistakes. They're very, you know, and they're tricky on special teams. They do some things to, you know, that you can do with disciplined football teams, or things that you know, if you don't have your numbers right, they'll take advantage of you. So looking forward to it, but I feel like it's a game that, you know, if we play clean football and execute, we can put ourselves in a chance to win.
Coach, I know you'd like to have the kind of crowds we've had.
Oh, shoot,
we had the first 2 games. The place was packed. People sitting on the hillside. That's what you want.
Yeah, you know, and I mean, that's just a thing. And that's no Pioneer Nation. The only thing we got going against us this week and next, I saw in the paper that the fair rides are already starting up on Friday. Right. So, y'all take a break from that and you know, come to the Nunley Stadium, and you know, and that's why I always felt like it's kind of this is our, you know, holy ground, our ritual in the fall in Warren County is to come to Nunley Stadium and watch some football and you know, and get behind these kids because they're busting their tail and learning and getting better every day. I know the scoreboard hasn't reflected that, but we're 1-2 right now, and we've got a lot of football in front of us, you know. And then I feel like our region, you know, because if you underestimate these boys down here and they play a good game, you know, we could come away with a W, and that would just be huge. And you know, so I don't know, but yeah, shoot, yeah, come on out. And then of course we got another home game next week during Fair Week. The school will be out, so stay at the fair all day, then come to Nunley Stadium the next 2 Friday nights, and then we got some road trips and come back with Wilson Central, where we're doing homecoming and graduation. And that was one of the reasons I know a lot of people were like, why are we doing that on the same day? Well, this being a 4-day week, couldn't really do homecoming. Senior night to me is always the last home game. And then of course next week you couldn't do homecoming with the fair in town nor senior night. So we could have done it maybe one of the first 2 games, but man, could you imagine doing homecoming that last hot game? Holy cow, that'd been brutal. So, but yeah, I'm excited, you know, fixing to get down here and get this field ready to go and get this stadium rocking for Friday night.
It's Warren County and Mount Juliet here at Nunley Stadium. Friday night at 7 o'clock, we'll have the broadcast on 92.1 The Ticket and on WCS TV channel 180, and you can see it on YouTube as well. So hope you'll come out and support the Pioneers this Friday night. Coach, thanks a lot. Let's give us a win.
Go Pioneers.
Go Pioneers.